Alright, so this is going to be the week 3 recap of Akkan. Essentially, we did really well. We did really well. So all, 6 characters down. It's Thursday again. I had a little harder time this week. I don't know if it's because that video picked up popularity, but I actually got gatekept this week. Like, I was getting denied from lobbies, which is crazy because I have the title. So I don't know why I'm getting denied from people who don't even have 5x. But, yeah, okay, that's fine. But anyway, so I was getting denied. I got through, on every single character again. And everybody got their 2-piece this week, which is nice. See, he already has it. So we're just flipping around real quick and doing some dailies. I'm not going to make you guys watch me do this. I haven't done any other raids. I did get jailed by my buddy on Kai and Gel, and I was supposed to save my Deathblade for him for a con, but I really don't have time. Like, I'm working 3 jobs, man. I don't, like, and you jailed me yesterday. I like you. You're my friend. But you jailed me yesterday on Kyango pretty hard, you and the Randy, and I just don't have time to get jailed on a con on top of it. You know what I'm saying? So I want to help you. I'm gonna help you. I don't know if it's gonna be this week. I want you to get your first clear, maybe, or maybe if gaming and them, we do a group thing where we teach you together. That's different. But I'm not going to be the sacrificial fucking lamb, I guess is what I'm saying. So week 2 recap. Everything's done. I still got all the gold, from Brell and all that crap. So I still got a bunch of other shit that I'm supposed to do in the Kyangos. But I actually don't care, right? You're going to see the Fate of Embers episode 2 video. So you're going to see that I got 40 or 50k gold just from that. So I'm not really jumped. Like, I don't give a shit this week. I do want to do a Let's Home this week and try to get those 1540s I talked about. So we got some calculations to do. And without saying too much, I got to do the follow-up video for that other video. She's better this way. There we go, yeah. She's actually got 56. I don't know why she's got so many. Yeah, I figured while I talk, I'll just do this. But yeah, that was week 3. Like, this is going pretty smooth for me overall. I knew if I got the set that this would be the case, though. Oh, look at the helmet. I knew if I got the set that this would be the case, that it would be relatively easy. So I'm very happy with this. Or once you get the title, I'm sorry, that it would be kind of easy. Like I said, I did kind of get gatekept a little bit, which is crazy, but it's also, I know it's because of my gems and the gear. I don't have an upgraded ability stone. Like, I'm genuinely, like, the bottom of the pool. Like, when kids look at me, they're like, oh, what a cheapo. But I don't care. Like, I'm on my feet. I'm staying alive. I know the mechanics. And again, that's why I said the first 2 or 3 weeks, I usually do fine. Because knowing the mechanics goes further than these kids having juiced gear who don't know the mechanics, right? But coming up on this following week, is probably where I'm going to start to have trouble again. Because this is when people will start just gatekeeping you because of your build. You know what I mean? And to a lot of people, this just isn't enough. And it's not that this isn't enough, it's that they have level 10s and they don't see me doing as much damage as them. So to them, that's me underperforming. Really, it's them overperforming, but that's okay. So this next week is going to be the challenge. This is where I'm going to have a hard time. But that's okay. This is where we maybe refine our efforts and we just go for the pally, like I said originally. Like, I slow down on playing the game and I just start putting heavily into one character. Do you know what I mean? Especially now we have all the information from the last video. So, but either way, I figure we'll just go across the board. We'll get all our stuff. Demon Beast Entropy, yeah. Get all these characters done. It's a lot of gold every week for these sets. Like, the more you think about it, like, if I get a piece. If you were to get a piece every week, it would literally be 2k a week, so you're not even making gold off this raid. That's kind of brutal. Like, when you really put it into perspective, that's kind of fucked up. But, I think it's this one, yeah. I hate that does that. Okay. We're going to lock it up like we usually do. see if we get the free tap. Although we still didn't get the free tap here, so I guess we could just tap here. Oh, never mind. No free taps for you. He's just an unlucky character. And the cool thing about this is I can go do dailies now. And, like, you would probably think that I'd want to go do more raids, but no, I'm not, actually. I'm going to go do all my dailies now. And I'd rather do dailies over raids. Like, because raids, you have to deal with the gatekeeping, the jailage, and all the bullshit. Why would I want to keep dealing with that? Why would I want to keep dealing with you toxic-ass community? Like, I don't want to deal with that. I deal with them as little as I need to deal with them to get what I got to get, and then I go back and do my shit again. At least until I have, like, level 10 gems. Once I have level 10s on more of these characters, then it would be a lot harder for somebody to, like, justify gatekeeping me, because I know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm a top-tier player, and I have the gear to back it up, right? Right now, I'm just a really skilled player that doesn't necessarily have the gear to back it up. So they're having a hard time gatekeeping me right now, because, like, well, I know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, look at her build. This, dude, they literally told me this week, too. They were like, you should be being gate-kept. But I'm not being gate-kept, and I'm outperforming your supports. So until you can show me a support that can beat me on the board and give you more support buff and more heals and more defense than me, I don't care. Like, I don't care. And that's not even true. Like, I actually really am trying to fix it. And maybe that's what I'll do with the gold this week instead. But I really do have the stuff to fix her. I just haven't gotten all of it yet. But either way. Like the pants, yep. Yeah, so I'm super pumped. I'm super pumped. Also, that video did so well. Oof, what am I doing? That video did super, super well. Yeah, so they're all going to get their sets. Some of them have way more than the others. Like, that scrapper must have bought, like, every box. Yeah, this is week 3. I got 2 pieces already. I'm happy. Now it's going to take until week 5 to get another piece. You know what I mean? Assuming that I clear each week, right? And I'm not pushing any of them for 1600, so I really am going to be playing the long game for these characters. But I might push the Pally just for shits and giggles, but she also didn't get a free tap. So guess which one's going to hit? We're going to try both of them. It was never meant to be. Kind of cruel, but that's okay. What do you get for that? 85, so I'll get like 1585 for free. And then last but not least, we'll be swapping to... This is not efficient the way I'm doing this right now, because not using the tickets. Tickets I still stand by, like I said before, but the swapping after using it instead of just doing my dailies, because I'm going to have to swap again, which is just more load times, but I don't care. I'm so far ahead time-wise right now, like I have another hour or 2 to play. Do you know what I mean? Before I have to go to sleep and then wake up in the morning for work. But tomorrow, I'm going to have no playtime, so it really worked out that I can do it like this and not have to worry for the rest of the week, because my schedule is about to get really hectic. Like, really hectic. Like, next week, I'm going to be working Wednesday and Thursday, too, at one job. So I'm pumping on more and more work hours, so that's why you're going to see me kind of tone back on the game anyhow, because I have to. Do you know what I mean? I have life things to worry about. The wife's pregnant. Like, I have to actually take care of my life. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop playing, and that's what I love. I'm going to show you guys how I can manage all of this, because I can manage all of it. I just won't be able to get, I think, 6 characters all the way up. But now that I know that, from that video, from the comments, now that I know that 1600 is the goal, essentially, for all the characters, and 1610 for Thameen, I mean, we're pretty. We're sitting real pretty, because I can just, again, with the excess funds that I'm going to have for my job, I can just wail. Like, I've proven all the concepts on this game. I've proven all the points on this game. I've proven how fucking efficient I can be at this game over the last year in these YouTube videos, right? So I have enough of a following that have seen it, believe it, and know it to be fucking true, that I don't care anymore. I don't have to validate it. Now all I gotta do is keep it up, right? So I can just pay for it now. It's kind of, I guess, kind of what I'm getting at. Should I do a 19 over a 20? That makes sense, doesn't it? Or no, maybe not. We'll do the 20. I don't think you get a bonus for the 20, though, is kind of the thing. But yeah, I mean, now that I've pretty much solidified my place in the efficiencies community. Okay, so he must have bought just as many chests as the fucking scrapper. Which means that they might actually get a piece next week. Or, yeah, because you get 22 or something like that. So if I buy the chest on him and the scrapper, they'll both have 3 pieces next week, which is fucking insane. And also insane that the scrapper, so we'll see how that goes. If I have the gold next week to bid with somebody, I'll bid with somebody, but I'm not going to get caught up in a bidding contest for it. That's the thing. This kid yesterday thought that I was going to do that on the Zerker. He tried bidding me up to like 10K. I bid it up to like 2 or 3K. That's reasonable, right? If you're trying to be ahead of the curve with the influx of gold that we've had, 2, 3K, not a big deal. It really isn't. But he thought he was going to get me to bid like all the way up to fucking like 10, 20K. The kid put 9K on the box thinking that I was going to also do the same thing. And then I didn't. And it really bit the kid in the ass because he got stuck with it. We're actually going to save these for our next piece. We'll leave these at 13. Yeah, we'll juice it though, right? Because why not? Yeah, I mean, we're, like, again, we're sitting super pretty. We're sitting super duper duper pretty. And that's it, guys. That's the weekly check-in. I'm not going to make them, I'm trying to shorten these videos. That's why I'm starting to turn them into episodes and series, pieces of content, less of me ranting at the camera. Right. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, that's everything. That's everything. Now I get to go work on these secondary characters like I really want to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure he still needs his clown set and stuff like that, so I can go try to push these characters through some of the other content. Maybe even get, you know, some of their Vaultons done. Like, I have 29,000, I could just pay for a bunch of buses, maybe get a bunch of Vaulton sets, essentially. But I also saw that if I could pay for the Algacia pass, the power pass, so the next, like, $100 I spend on the game, I could probably just do that and get 10 characters, their sets, their full sets, without ever having to step into, you know, like, I guess a good way to look at this would be, right? Like, if I was to take a, I've never really done this, but let's just say for a second if I did do it. I think it's 50, right? Yeah, 50. So I could get 120,000 gold, pay for 10 buses. 10 buses would be like 20K. Actually, that might be the better option. So instead of paying for the Algacia passes, I might actually, well, no, because I need the Vicus set too. So that's the part that kind of is the caveat there. So let's say I pay 3 or 4K for a Vicus bus. It's not your full set. That's the other thing. No, so this might be the better option. It might actually be the better option to just take the next $100 I get and get 10 of these secondary characters, just skip through Algacia, and then I'm good. Do you know what I mean? I'm literally good. I can use the gold that I have to do the knowledge transfer, so to say, and then skip through Algacia. But also, some of these characters I could probably just get through the Bolton. So we'll see. We'll see how I fail, obviously. But I'm probably not gonna do a lot of their content. But either way, I don't want to talk too much because I got to get into the actual content. This is what I have so far. You know, this week everything's cleaned out. Right. But I will catch you guys in the next one. Everybody's got their 2-piece, all 6 characters, week 3. Congratulations to anybody else who also has the same or better for that matter. I will say, you know what I thought was funny? Even yesterday, Wednesday, there's like no hard mode groups, and that was one of the predictions that I made, was that hard mode looked so much extra effort, and you weren't over leveled enough at 1600. Like, you're just not over geared enough at 1600 that it's just not worth it. There's not enough kids at the top end with level 10s and shit that didn't get banned for RMTing, let's be real. There's not enough kids at the top end that do all that bussing and fancy shit. Hell mode busing, like, oh god, piloting, lol. Sorry, I'm trying to not make fun of somebody right now, but there's not enough people at that top end of the branch, so I knew this was going to happen, that people were going to fall back and do normal. I said it, I think, in one of the videos. I definitely said it in the Discord, but I knew this was going to happen. I knew eventually what was going to pretty much go down was people would just eventually turn out and start doing normals, because it's just easier. It's easier than having to go do the hard mode and struggle for 6-7 hours. Do you know what I mean? And I know that they're not struggling, you know, for 6-7 hours. That's actually a hard mode though. But as I'm saying this, there is a hard mode, right? But it's just like I said, without the level 10s, I don't think that these kids are gonna have an easy time. A lot of us don't have that. A lot of us didn't, you know, real money trade. Lol. No, I'm kidding. Or don't play one character. I'll be nice. Right. A lot of us didn't put ourselves in that position where we play like 6 characters on an account. All that good stuff. I'm totally hating right now, but it's just the reality of it. Like, played the market. Let's stop with that cap. Let's stop with that cap. You ever talk to any of these kids and they don't know anything about the real stock market, but they're sitting there telling you they played the market in the game with their insider knowledge? You gotta be careful with people like that, because they'll make you believe it. They'll get you to believe it. But anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. This was week 2 recap of Akkan, or week 3 recap of Akkan. And everybody got their 2-piece, so I'm actually super pumped. Actually, I kind of want to go back to that really quickly and just see how many pieces the kids from hard mode have. Oh, they're already in? No, they're not already in. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm actually wicked curious right now. So they're just 22 on everything. Yeah, so look, this kid doesn't even have... He doesn't even have it. He's got the weapon. Okay, so he went for the weapon first. That makes sense. I think it's like 100, so he's definitely cleared quite a bit. But yeah, like the rest of these guys... Oh, he also went for the weapon. Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't, because that's the other piece. See my point? So these kids aren't even clearing. So they're pushing... I have more pieces than these guys do. That's brutal. He's got a piece, and he already pushed it to 20, which is insane. But yeah, like, this is funny. I'm not gonna lie, this is funny. I have more pieces than these kids do, and I'm doing normal. I have more pieces than these guys do, and I'm doing normal. Like, oof. Yeah, it was totally worth it, wasn't it? That 1,600 is really paying off. That guy, that's the only dude here that belongs there, that sharpshooter. He got the weapon. That means he actually did clear at least normal 2 weeks in a hard mode, right? So I actually think he had to clear the hard mode. Yeah, but look at the rest of these guys. Like, they have one piece. Oof, even this dude with the Esther weapon, he's got one piece. This is exactly what I mean. Skill diff. Skill diff. Experience diff. But these kids are better and they know more. Shut the fuck up. Like, I like you too. This is a kid in the Discord that I'm referencing for the people that always think I'm talking to myself. Like, I like you a lot. You're cool. Like, you added value to it till you became delusional. But, like, look at these kids. Like, no, they're garbage. Like, you can say whatever the fuck bullshit you want, but these kids are dog water trash. They're throwing dollar bills, y'all, at the game. They're not efficient. They're not playing more. Look at their roster levels. If they were playing more like you're saying, they would have higher roster levels than me. They're not. They're whales. Or, and again, not to keep saying it, but there are tiers. They are G2 Gers. Like, I don't know how many more times I gotta say it to you. They're not fucking bussing. They're garbage. They can't even get through a con hard with overkid stuff. Like, this is brutal. Look at this. Like, look at this. This kid doesn't even have a piece. Or this is a piece, I think. 21, 16, 30. Yeah, I think that's a piece. But, like, just look at this. This is dog water. This is dog water. Like, these kids are just shit. Like, I don't know how many more times I gotta say it. Yeah, it's called possessed. Actually, that's a good way to look at it. Contagious Phantom right there, right? So they have one piece. They have one piece. I have more pieces than these kids have. That's like, again, I don't know how else to spell it out for you. These kids are just shit. They're just shit players. Like, it is what it is, brother. Like, you can talk all the crap you want. You can talk all the simp mac you want about that kid Legolas or whatever his name is. But the reality is these kids are all garbage. That's why you don't see video footage. That's why they only show certain things. They don't show everything. Because they know the same shit that I'm telling you right now. That it's all bullshit for the most part. Keep fucking believing these fucking delusional ass lies. These delusional ass lies. Like, I'm sitting here preaching. Yeah, this guy's actually a G. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the sharpshooter's the real goat right here. But I'm showing you shit that could make any average player semi-decent at the game. How to function around geometry, how to semi-predict certain waves in the market, how to take advantage of things that are just ecological impacts, so it's an automatic economic impact. I'm showing you basic shit, and I get it. It's not always going to be perfect math, and it's not always going to be down to the T, but that's the point. I'm trying to help out the little guy, and it's the little guy that's hating on me the most. That's the craziest part. Like, these big guys know better. The big guys aren't hating on me because they know what I'm saying is true, and they risk a lot more by hating on me. That's why you're not going to see one of these bigger dudes come at me, because they know the risks that they're taking by getting into it with me. They don't want to see me blow up, really. That's what it is. The reality of it is these little dudes are the ones who should be supporting me, because they're the ones that I'm actually catering my content to. The average, everyday, casual jackass like me. Like, I don't know how many more times I gotta spell it out. Here, we'll flash on the fucking screen again. 4,400 hours of playtime. That's what I have for playtime. And then we'll end up watching this. It's just, it's the reality of it. Like, they got to the, oh, wow, though, this kid's goated too, not gonna lie. The point is that, you know, you're hyping up all these people that you talk about, and you're saying all this dumbass bullshit. And the reality is half of these kids don't even have more than one piece. I have two pieces. I have two pieces and I'm doing normal. If I was doing hard mode, I'd be swamping these kids. I might not have the gems for this shit, but it's a skill diff. I don't know how many times I gotta say it for you. That's why all the people who play with me continue to keep playing with me unless I kind of get into an argument with them, is because they understand that my skill gap is fucking up here, and y'all are average players. I guess that's kind of what I'm saying. You're average players. Like, I should be doing the buses that you're talking about, because I can make that easy gold no problem. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, just look at these guys. Look at these guys. These guys are shit. These guys is shit. They got one. He's got one piece. They're doing hard mode. Hard mode literally gives you more pieces. Literally. Oh no, he has 2 pieces actually. Respect. You can literally get a piece a week with hard mode too. This is funny. I'm not gonna lie. Like actually, I'm having a ball with this because these kids suck. Like that's really what we're learning right now. Is these kids are just straight up dog water. Like, this is what I mean. You can be geared as fuck, and it doesn't matter. You can be over-geared, and it just does not make a difference. Any of the guys who have the weapon, we're going to give an automatic break to, right? But the rest of them, no, they're fucking shit. That's why they don't even have the title. Like, look, they have the... this guy's got it, the plague. So, yeah, he's goated. This kid's goated. But that's also why he's 1607. Like, the kid's actually a good player. Yeah, I'm not going to keep shitting on these kids. Because I don't know if any of them are going to be my fans or watch or anything like that. Potential haters in the future. So 1600 was a waste. I was right in that video that came out months ago. Congratulations, Esho from the Static. You're dumb as fuck, and I was right. You fucking loser. Like, how's that feel? And I'm probably doing better than you. So yes, I'm petty. Yes, I'm throwing some digs at people from the past. But you guys don't get it. Like, you deal with as much hate as I deal with. You have fun throwing digs at these kids when you beat them at everything. Like, it's fun to crush the competition when the competition hates on you for no reason. That's all I'm saying. Like... yeah, that felt good. And then fucking Magok and what's his name yesterday, the dudes from my old Static Dex Static, like that whole group quit back at Clown because they sucked back then and they realized it back then that they were garbage, right? Meanwhile, I was getting like my full set on 6 characters back then. And I did it again. Like, how many pieces you got? How many characters you got? Yeah, stop the cap. How many hours you got? Yeah, stop the cap. Stop the cap. Ah! Like, and yeah, maybe I do feel myself too much, and I love myself, but I don't know why that's your problem. That's why I keep pointing out that ego thing. Like, if you don't like that I like myself, like what that kid was saying in Discord, like, you think you're the most efficient, or you have an ego issue. Well, yeah, I have a ego, like all of us. I have a high self-esteem. You don't, so it intimidates you, and that's fine. That's okay. So you want to try to attack it at every chance you get. Like, I don't attack anybody else's egos. I just shit on people blatantly. It's different. It's completely different. I'm not attacking their egos. I'm literally just making fun of their lack of fucking coordination and progression that they should have considering they're doing hard mode. I'm like, oh, like, nah, easy. It's just that easy. Bye, guys. Fucking.